Right, as usual, before we start, here's a list of trigger warnings to be on the watch out for. If these do bother you, please do not watch this video. But if you want to continue, then here we go. Alright, time for another round of the letter. Continue, let's go. Alright. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is in the egg-sided company sleeping in a curled-up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say that it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of the letter that I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else got involved. Did Rose even look at the letter, though? I could have sworn that I kept it from her, so no, she didn't see it, unless I'm forgetting something. I have to look back and check it out. Should have. The notification light on my laptop blinks insistently, mocking me when I look at it, as if somebody's calling me back to the sense of normality. I check it nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. See. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports from the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Okay. This were one of those typical days I'd happily comply and get myself into our office, but today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place itself is a stark reminder of my own fears, so it cost me. Should I go to work or stay home? I don't think I should stay home and, I guess, wallow my depression. Plus, I don't know. I wallow my depression too much in reality and everything, so let's go to work in the games. Moping won't get me anywhere. No, I forgot this changed. It didn't change, it just lied to me again. Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead, my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer, they ridicule, like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than what I'm used to showing. This, too, I'll deal with. Somehow, I'll find a way and make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical workday at Briar Valley Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone has given me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in place where it's left. After lunch, my boss calls in for a meeting. I don't have to look up for my work to know what it's about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he shouted at me today. Anything's better. I'm sure you all have heard about what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There is no date for the funeral yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, word, my office. At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. It's not how things should work, but this is probably what I would do in reality if something like this happened to. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easy like that. The Luxembourg Police Department continues its search for the following reports: missing people. The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The laptop in my fingers against the keys filled the office for the better part of my shift as I looked through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, the list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I'd remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also parts of the crew who worked with us preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters? No, that can't be. I hope that's not what I'm thinking. But Rose's... Something snaps into place in a fraction of a moment. These people, Rose, the letter... I need to... No, if it's like this, they won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first. Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that'll be useful. I grab them all and stuff in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cuts sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming the pen into my bag. Hello? Anyone there? Someone must have left their printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person's certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but the click of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for a set object. Each stride might be takes also goes through the empty workplace. I lost sight of the janitor moments ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn on the ground, the paper tray having been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up to place away proper. But the pages that greet me next make my blood run cold. Okay. The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as staying in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All you can hear is my breathing as it rasps through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Oh, fuck. Get back! As I'm hearing every horrid thought running in my head right now, something snaps. Soft creak grating through the dim veil of stillness that has descended the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. It's her. Standing in the only exit of the office, but facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, unsightly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back. The pen I'm holding slips in my hand, and her entire head turns. That's not creepy at all. A scream almost escapes my mouth as I duck under my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear some bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimpering from escaping me is my hand that covers my mouth. Someone, please save me. Anyone. I close my eyes, muttering a continuation of stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please don't let her hear me. Oh shit. Shit. No. Ah, I should have failed. Oh, what happens now? Oh. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Please forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. When the last lines of my prayer have left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps, nor the chilling sounds she makes. Only silence. Is it safe? Another second passes when nothing comes. What? Oh, fuck! Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, continue. Of course I'm freaking continuing. I don't like this lady. She's dancing so bad. God, why do I laugh every time? Okay, looks like I'm gonna try this again. Okay. Please don't let her hear me. Okay. Oh, I did it this time. Shit. Oh, did it get this bit faster? I hate this. Hey, I did it. Wait, how many times am I gonna do this? Ah, I failed again. Okay, just gonna skip. Okay, continue again. Come on. God, I'm really shitty at this. Okay, 1. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so it gets worse. Well, that's barely on the outside that time. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about this one. Ooh, I got 2 in a row. And I failed. Okay, so I gotta get a 3 in order to do it. Okay. But I passed this time, I think. Did I pass? Okay, the minutes stretch out for me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. Yeah, I feel you there. Why'd she stop? In the face of such terror, I can only beg out of sight and plead to whoever's out there. Please don't let her notice. I want to live. She gone? What? Oh, I guess we're changing perspectives now. Huh. I haven't seen this yet. Of course, Luke had the best. Okay. God, I'm still freaking reeling from before, so I'm kind of just using this to calm myself, I guess. It's probably the best way to do it. Say it. Okay. Alright, so born April 30th, I am 31 years old. I'm pretty tall, nice. Alright, so I'm British. I have a master's degree in business administration. Well, yeah, I'm definitely smart, nice. Major in accounting. I'm not really sure what the first word is. For my likes. But I like dogs, fashion, parties, and dancing at the beach. Children, iconic women, charity, and math. Yeah, I don't understand your appeal of math. I hate math. I can do it, but it sucks. Of all of Luxembourg upper class, Hannah is used to living life luxury. Absent parents made her crave attention, though, something she gained from her private tutors and nannies instead. It was never enough, however. She studied hard in order to make her parents proud, going into business so that she could work alongside them. The challenge in her otherwise privileged life was certainly a thrill for her, at the very least. She had many suitors, dating different men and women, but it was through work that she met Luke. It was love at first sight for her. Upon her parents' death, Luke proposed to her. That's kind of a dick move there, but okay. It was a move that led to the merging of the Wright Enterprise and the Evans Incorporated and her subsequent retirement. The 7-year marriage is strained, but Hannah tries her best to make it work. I'm sorry, Hannah. Okay. It's far too easy to get them to pay attention, enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. I just realized I'm gonna have to speak in a higher pitched voice for so long. Damn it. Okay, whatever. Most are respectful. Some are hostile if we are honest. And if you are downright appropriate. All in all, I'm Anna, right? There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right. Officer Lee, what a pleasant surprise! I didn't think you'd have time to attend tonight's party. He's more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke. Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Like how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee patriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. I don't recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being chief inspector of Luxembourg Police, his wife Rochelle Lee Nave Bance, I think, owns a General Electronics company. Fridges and freezers mostly. Well, I always have time for my favorite social couple. Might I say you look positively raptured. I see the husband isn't with you. The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. Let's make Luke was here to fend him off more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle with grace and dignity. I suppose you're looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here? A shame. I hope that he isn't causing you much trouble. The husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and apologies, but something came up with the doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much my jargon, I've been extricated from a few who flock in hope of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than me. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. Here guild to me tales of Luxborn Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I'm privy to. And though I'd love to admit it, it's interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong. Dude, really can't be doing that, right? So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see a new temp chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the garage. Oh my, you made him chase you all the way home for a prank? What did Rochelle have to say about that? Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime compared to my marriage of 7 with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments. The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to. No, besides, we live in a flat a block away. It wasn't that great of a chase. Weren't you living in a house near the countryside? Moved for work, you know? Or you probably don't. I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose that's what you would like. Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient for work. 55 square yards is not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. It's quite an interesting lot, actually. It was actually up for sale. It's, that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories. I know what he's talking about. There are only a few urban legends around here. It's the Ermengarde Mansion. That's the one. Though worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but I'm sure I would only gripe if I bought it right up to her. Not to mention all the expenses. A place like that would be a real fixer-upper. You have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be too. If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism. Actually, I do know someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgate's party at Christchurch summer residence? Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Yeah, everything was so classy too. Such good taste. Well, that place was a pigsty until they hired this new interior designer. They turned it into a bloody palace. She works for the Exeters for their apartment in Soho too. They recommend her when we were looking looking up pieces for a beach house in Porto Colom. I'm assuming I'm saying this right. I think I have a business card right here. No, I must have left in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough? Mary Ann, I believe. But truly, if anyone could get that place in McCullough, why they'd be the envy of and the talk of the town. Well, if you put it that way, I might snatch it up for myself. This place is starting to feel small lately anyway. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not be the definition of small for some people. Yeah, it seems a lot to me, but I don't know. Okay, maybe a lot of people, but it's big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride the elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, and not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Oh, okay. Well, I knew this before, but I didn't know this was just days before. Okay. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is. He looks ready for the day, with whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on the way out of the penthouse, considering we don't have anywhere to go too much later. Where are you going? I'm to attend the Triad Autumn tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago. Yes, and I might have informed you that stricken off your schedule? Because the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. 2, I informed you days ago about the open house we were intending in its place. I even found a marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough. It's 3.5 hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you throw all over again. You didn't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere? You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless it's penciled in, I'm sticking to my schedule. If I mean true, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis. And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning. Bugs, I don't remember doing so. Well, you did. Very hungover, in fact. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps it was a bit cruel and manipulative of me, but whose side are you on? Come on, Luke, you promised. We do whatever I want this weekend. Gordon Bennett, fine. I'm giving this open house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves a waste of time, I'm going to Cardiff and you're going to take a cab home. Are we clear? Just a bit of husband-wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at. I cannot believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to triad tasting. Though sometimes I think it's a bit more than simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong. There is always a triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that will only be an hour and a half drive. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully? Yes, but Cardiff. Certainly any problem can be discussed. As long as he doesn't turn me away. Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah? I'm defending myself. Yes, I'm very happy, Luke, because for once in a long time we're doing what I want. I'm ecstatic, understood? It is perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We'll be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You're going to park your rear in the car and keep mum, and you're going to behave during the tour. Needless to say, Luke looks picture shocked by my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth 3 times, struggling to reply before he crossed his arms and looks like, well, a moping child. I'm assuming my relationship thing went down, right? Oh, went up? Oh. I did not think that. Well, okay then. Any more rules for this little excursion, Your Highness? No wine. No wine? Unacceptable. I'm already not allowed for the wine tasting. You would deprive me of that simple pleasure? If I see you take 1 sip today, I will put the stock under lock and key. Do you understand me? I like this guy. Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser. Whose side are you on? How many times in one day can you ask that? As many times as I need, you traitor. Yeah, I definitely kind of like that guy. The right to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing in my mind. The whole affair at the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It's tastefully decorated, and with a bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I could call home. And a number of other prospective buyers that have come from powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly do not disappoint, making the estate prime property. The Lees are among the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I do not really feel like mingling. Fortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what's happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us paperwork to finalize the sale, and then she's panicking over some prank letter or something. Dear me, is Isabel alright? It's apparent by the way she shakes and the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up. Isabel, do you need me to call an ambulance? I'm worried, but it will be best if she's attended by someone who's more familiar with her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offer drinks and looks about ready to make a run for it. No, I'm feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath. As she does just as I predicted, and her partner follows her like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air among us as we left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip, speaking of the poor deaf girl and telling a tale to whoever is not of audience to act in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of the clients anyway. That leaves me, myself, Rose, and Luke. The last all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study he no doubt already claimed as his own. It's not a bad study. I apologize for what just happened. Please forgive Isabel. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this place being haunted just got to her head. It must be terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now. Are you sure it's wise to let her go like that? Where is she? Poor dear, she might get hurt. She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened. I told her to sit down and take a break. Yes, I already rang someone to pick her up too. That might be best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor. But the whole thing is just lovely. I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse. Exactly. It has a lot of space for guests, parties. A lot of room for little ones running around, too. Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, do you think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip us by? But you haven't even finished touring the house. Well, we like what we see. I'm making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract, close the deal. Really, if you think about it, the woman should be more happy about it. It's an easy sale. I know the easy estate agent works. How long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend, even for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy now. I'm sure the commission on the mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she had to split it between that Isabel girl. You think we could have the horses here, then? Yes, those do sound lovely, love. Nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying the property, I assure you that I am able and willing to give a better offer. A vineyard would be nice, or maybe we do reward our people generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start that helicopter pad. I pause. There's a sudden moment of complete silence where Rose and I stare incredulously at Luke. An unspoken understanding, a rule, between the two of us that we have to put on an act. There's also standing where image matters, it's also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been a well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand. Wait, what? Luke? No, what? Whatever we need a helipad for. Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything wrong. But as he throws me a weary smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. It's definitely no better gift than this for a special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Oh. Freaking demon painting lady. Except for this ugly painting in the study. It looks like a bad fake of Edvard Munch painting. Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Well, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price and we can sign the paperwork now. I guess if that's what you want, that won't be any trouble. I don't have the papers now. Didn't think it would be a quick sale. I'll have copies sent to you and look over them. And if you still would like to finish a tour with Isabel's group, you're more than welcome to. No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think. Alright. Should I let Marianne in? Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside studying for this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her. Oh, shoot. I accidentally said that. Please do. There's look apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and make master worry. Admirable. We have this project then? Of course. Will you be needing anything else from us? Having the floor plans will be a great start, just so I can look at them beforehand. If you could tell me when you're available for a meeting, so that I can include in my calendar. Oh, is a meeting really other than necessary, Marianne? I supposed send Johannes to help you out. But you can certainly start by getting rid of this ugly painting. A hush falls upon the room at my request. What painting? And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression. Odd. Well, no matter. Shit, so Isabella's not the only one, but everybody else she's been hiding it, though. Has Luke and Marianne experienced this yet, too? Shit, did Rose ever experience this? What about my friends? Have they done it yet? Ugh, God. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we're simply far too busy to meet up. Or perhaps I should... I'll free up my schedule. I guess I can free up a day to meet with you. I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Mori anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound? Besides, my house has a higher priority over book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers should match up the classics. Might as well clear up the rest of the week, too, to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather the Wright Mansion's great debut. I have to fill of grand parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself. That sounds good. Though with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferred. Breakfast, then. It's a date. It's really not. Alright. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then. Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9. But who is even awake at that unholy hour? Oh, somebody who understands. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. Hold on, I want to see... Okay, so Marianne's mind did go up. It went up more A lot more than it did with Luke did, though. I mean, that was only a little bit, but then there's all that. We say our goodbyes and shake hands and make clear, without outright saying, that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion and grounds, sunset is almost upon us. So you really want to buy the place then? There's a bit of impulsive buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me, nor spared me from his criticism. You've been saying the penthouse is getting too small for you. Happy anniversary. Oh, that time of the year already? You forgot? You forgot about it last year, too. I understand he's a busy man, but... Is that why you want to buy it? Yes. You don't like it? I do. But I remember that you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach. Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea, water that stretched for miles and miles, as far as the eye can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as we could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever really difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there was always sandcastles. The day before we married, I told Luke I wanted a house on the beach and a dog. And a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later. That was a childless dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical, if you really think about it. I don't know. It's not bad seeing you in a bathing suit every day. Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we? He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. It's kind of sad she's given up living at the ocean, living by the beach for this, though. It's kind of sweet too, though. Sick and hovering over the loo at 3 in the morning, the picture I painted right now is hardly glamorous. A horrid fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench of what blows lavatory. The burning sensation in the back of my throat is no help whatsoever. I feel another wave of nausea coming up on me when the door opens. Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed? I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad. That's all I managed to say before vomiting again and pour some thrown. Lovely. Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here. I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. Last time I had horrid morning retching in the toilet was during my college years, being life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I had thrown away months to privileged merriment and pointless hookups. I didn't even retain any connections I made from that time. Sure, they know of me, and I still know of them, and we do business from time to time, but I lost touch with anyone who didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any friends who were still around when I was still Hannah Evans, teacher, fellow university student, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack. No, don't judge me, sweetie. I'm disgusting. I'm disgusting. Luke sits next to me on the toilet to hold my hair, even as I cough up more fish. He wipes my vomit from the corners of my mouth and just stares. Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick. Just feel a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it? I do wish it would rain. Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets. Maybe. Oh, don't laugh. Well, I can't help it if you make that sort of face. He starts chuckling, and soon enough, he's in a fit of laughter. The scene is happening next to Lou filled with sick, but just makes the whole thing bizarre. And it nearly makes me start to giggle as well. I try to stifle it, though, as I smack him on the shoulder. I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up. When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings plagued me. We were just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face, the little things in life. I let myself go because I know that these moments will not last forever. But just as I know terrible things that are to come for us, I would not have wished and everything I have then. And there, the laughter stayed. That was very sweet. I think I'm gonna end it now, though. God. I know he's not really the best guy, and he seems racist, but that was really sweet of him to at least stay with his wife. I didn't actually expect him to do that. But yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.